This tiny little DJI Action 5 Pro has changed my photography. That might sound a little bit weird. I'll explain. So I'm back out this morning doing a little bit more of my woodland photography project, and we've got a little bit of fog, which is exciting for a bit of woodland photography, and everywhere is starting to turn a little bit more autumnal now as well. This is one of those very cliche woodland photography shots, looking straight down that line of trees. Especially if you live around here, everyone has captured this shot. But it looks that autumnal this morning, especially with that light fog. I think it's getting foggier by the minute actually. It'd be rude not to capture it. So yeah, it'll get us into the morning nicely. So I'm going to head a little bit deeper into the woodland and hope that the fog is slowly moving its way into the trees. I think it is, because it's proper foggy over the lake. But I thought I'd bring out a little bit less gear with me this time, because last time when I came to do some woodland photography a couple of weeks ago, I brought too much gear. I brought 2 tripods, 2 big cameras, and it basically held me back quite a lot. So this time, just bought Lumix S1R2 on a tripod, and I'm filming this on the DJI Action 5 Pro, which is a camera that I need to use a little bit more than I do. I don't use it enough. I think it's more capable than I give it credit for. I've found a shot here that I really want to like, and this is exactly the sort of thing that I mentioned in my last video where I said I've not quite trained my eye for woodland photography yet, but I see things that I want to turn into images, but I can't quite get there yet. I really like this little scene here. So you've got these trees overhanging this little river, and there's also these grasses down here which I've just about managed to frame up inside the middle of this water. As you can see, it got a little bit too much sky up here, but as soon as I move it, these grasses don't quite frame up with the middle of the lake. But I really like it. I want to like it. This is the kind of thing that I'm just trying to learn about with woodland photography. Like as I mentioned, I've never really done woodland photography before, so it's all a learning curve. This is exactly why I started this project, so I can try and learn new things. So this is a little bit of one of them frustrating ones, because I want to like it, but it's not quite there. So yeah, what a morning though. Absolutely glorious. It's so quiet and still. I very quickly want to mention this little DJI Action 5 Pro, because it is part of the reason behind this video, because I've never really got on board with the action camera look. I've always felt that it came across a little bit over sharpened, very digital, ultra wide, typical small sensor look, and I've never really liked that, because I never really found a way of mixing it in with the rest of my footage that didn't look too jarring. And this is the first one that I kind of think it is easier to match in with everything else that you're filming. You can obviously film in 10-bit color, D-Log M and all of that, and that's great, but there's something else about this image that I can't quite put my finger on that makes it a little bit easier to fit in with all of your other footage without it looking out of place, and I really like that. And filming in places like this, where you're traipsing through woodland trying not to get snagged on trees and bushes and things like that, filming with a small setup like this is, I don't know why I've never done it before. It's completely game changing for me, because I typically would bring out more gear than I need, 2 tripods, 2 cameras, and I'm trying to carry everything through, and it's really difficult. Why have I never done this before? Completely blows my mind. I feel like I'm completely behind the curve with all of this, and everyone else is already doing it. I'm just only getting around to thinking about it. Pairing it with the DJI Mic Mini as well is an absolute dream, because you can just turn it on and you're recording great audio straight away. I'm gonna start traipsing through all of these bushes and seeing what photographs we can find, and continuing this little woodland photography project. We're getting the fog, we're getting the fog. Oh yes, look at that tree. Right, let's try and find something in here. Okay, so looking at this in person, this is exactly what I've been looking for. This fallen tree in between these 2 trees that are still standing, because it gives you a focal point, and that's one thing that I've noticed that I've really been struggling with my woodland photography, is finding a focal point, because you can find nice trees and things like that, but finding a focal point is a whole new different ball game, especially when you're new to it and you're trying to train your eye, like I mentioned before. It's really tricky, so hopefully I can get this across in a photo. It is incredible really how much the conditions affect woodland photography. I think conditions affect every sort of photography a hell of a lot, but I think when you add a little bit of fog into woodland photography, it makes such a difference. It's not massively foggy, it's just a little bit misty, but it just softens everything up really nicely. So hopefully we've got something that works today, and yeah, we can go home with some nice photos. Tell you what, I've never taken so many pictures of a single tree in my life before. However, I think I might have finally settled on something that I quite like. I'm going to record a quick video clip here just to show you what I mean. But I've lined the branches up in a way that they're not all covering each other. So there's a little sort of arch here, and this little branch here is right in the middle of that arch. It seems a small thing, but that has taken me so long to line up, but I absolutely love that. Hopefully it comes across in the image. We've lost a little bit of the fog now because it's getting a little bit later and it's starting to warm up, which is a bit of a shame. But this is definitely one that I will come back to maybe when it's icy, snowy, got a little bit more fog. I'm genuinely surprised as well as to how green everywhere still is. Sort of the 12th of October, so second week of October nearly. Well, end of the second week of October, everywhere is still very, very green. So there's a long way to go to get full autumnal colours, although that will happen very, very quickly. And I'll probably miss it because I always do. So that was a very successful morning's photography, and it was a lot of fun being out as well. And that's one of the things that I'm enjoying most about this little woodland photography project that I've set myself, is that it's just getting me out at times of day and in different places as to where I usually go as well. And practicing woodland photography is a really good way of improving new skills and developing yourself as a photographer, because for myself it is incredibly different to everything else that I normally shoot. So it's nice to challenge yourself and do something a little bit different, even though you're still doing photography, doing something a little bit different. And when I was leaving, I walked back along the lake, and it was incredibly foggy along the lake, and I managed to get a couple of other shots which I didn't think much of at the time, but looking back at now, I absolutely love, and I wouldn't have got them if I didn't go out to do early morning woodland photography. I think that in itself is a little bit of a lesson, to just go out and do photography whenever you can. Anyway, the DJI Action 5 Pro, it has changed my photography because it has made me focus more on my photography when I go out to make YouTube videos, which is something that I do find very difficult, because when I go out to make a YouTube video about photography, I end up getting sidetracked about photography and forgetting about video. By having this, it means that I record more even when it is difficult to record. So like I mentioned before, traipsing through bushes, trying not to get snagged on branches. Just having this in your hand and being able to record little clips makes it incredibly easy. Whereas carrying a big mirrorless camera with a big lens on it, it can get very tricky, and you end up just sticking it in your bag and forgetting about it. Then you get back to edit and you've not got enough to edit. So even though I would prefer to be using a mirrorless camera, it's not practical all of the time, and I feel like I'm so far behind the curve using small cameras while I'm out and about. Even though I've had this a year, I've not used it anywhere near enough, so I'm going to start using it more. I will start learning how to get the best footage from it as well, and I will still use my mirrorless cameras as much as I possibly can while I'm out and about making videos, because I want to make great looking videos. But this helps out a huge amount, and it does allow me to focus a little bit more on my photography, where I might have otherwise been thinking about video a little bit too much and then forgetting about photography. Trying to find that balance between photo and video is incredibly difficult. Yeah, if you've not got one of these. I keep saying it like it's a big thing, and it's not a big thing. It's nothing new. It's just a little action camera, but it has made things a little bit easier for me over the last few weeks while I'm making YouTube videos. So yeah, if you've not got one of these, go and check it out. I will pop a link in the description down below, and I shall see you in my next video. Thank you for watching. If you got this far, it is massively appreciated. I'll see you in the next video.